United in Heart is a non-profit organization co-founded by Erwin Paranjpe, a senior technology development manager at the Oregon Health and Science University, and his wife, Nandini Paranjpe, a senior software engineer at Nike. In 2017, Erwin attended a climate change seminar presented by Dr. Sailesh Rao, founder and executive director of Climate Healers and the Shining World Award for Earth Protection laureate. At the seminar, Erwin learned that raising livestock animals is responsible for at least 51% of all greenhouse gas emissions, and that consuming meat and dairy products requires 5 to 15 times more land than a plant-based diet. To reduce their carbon footprints, Erwin, his wife, and their 2 daughters immediately adopted the vegan lifestyle. They also stopped flying, bought an electric car, and installed solar panels on their roof. However, the couple were still deeply concerned about the future of their children and felt they must do even more. Thus, in 2018, the couple co-founded the non-profit organization United in Heart, whose mission is to use scientific studies conducted by the world's most reputed and revered climate scientists to raise global awareness about the urgency of the climate crisis and its quickest, most efficient solutions. The organization's Climate Solution documentary, presented in parts 1 to 3 of this series, explained how the climate crisis can be halted through a global transition to veganism, a large-scale reforestation program, the planting of food forests, and the conservation of rainwater. On today's program, we present an interview with Mr. Erwin Paranjpe, who explains the 3 greatest environmental threats facing humanity today.
In 1992, there were 3 environmental threats to humanity that were identified, and they are biodiversity loss, ecosystems collapse, and climate change. Biodiversity and ecosystems sustain us. They produce oxygen. They ensure that there's water flowing through the water cycle, so we have fresh water. And they ensure that we have healthy soils. So let's go into maybe a specific example, the ocean. The ocean, sadly, is dying. Without fish, the ocean ecosystem will collapse. And the ocean is responsible for 50% of the oxygen on Earth. And it sequesters, or in other words, removes 25% of the carbon dioxide that we emit. So there's no life on Earth if the ocean is dead. Similarly, if temperatures get too high, then Earth will become uninhabitable. It will be unsafe for humans to be here.
With widespread droughts, devastating floods, record-breaking hurricanes, and unprecedented forest fires occurring around the world, climate change has become an extremely urgent issue, in fact a global crisis. The primary solution proposed by United in Heart is a shift to the vegan lifestyle. Currently, raising livestock animals consumes 45% of the landmass on Earth. According to scientific research, if this land were used to grow plant-based foods, all the inhabitants of Earth could be easily fed using much less land. Then the surplus land could be reforested. Erwin refers to this concept as vegan reforestation.
Vegan reforestation is reforesting extra land made available by switching to veganism. The standard American diet requires 10 to 13 times more land than the vegan diet. And our animals consume about 50% of the grain on Earth. So if we switch to a vegan diet, we will actually free up 35% of the usable land area on Earth. And if we reforest a substantial portion of this land, we will actually remove a significant amount of carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. If we engage in a massive worldwide effort to rapidly engage in vegan reforestation, then actually food, water, and land will be plentiful. And at the same time, we will sequester enough atmospheric carbon to return to the safe zone, and we will have effectively solved climate change.
In addition to widespread reforestation using native trees, United in Heart also promotes the planting of food forests. A food forest not only sequesters CO2, but also provides much-needed food.
A food forest is a diverse planting of edible trees and plants that mimic patterns found in nature. Food forests uplift lives by providing food security for people in need. Let's take Haiti as an example. In Haiti, 1 out of 3 people are going hungry, and they get about 30 grams of protein per day, which means they're protein deficient. Now, a Maya nut tree, a mature one, produces 250 kilograms of Maya nuts per year, which comes to 45 grams of protein per day. So a person in Haiti can see a 50% increase in the amount of protein intake on a daily basis, thanks to 1 Maya nut tree. This is why we say 60 tree plantings in our food forest program uplifts at least 1 family.
Through their Climate Solutions documentary, the organization encourages every person on Earth to take part in halting climate change. According to Erwin, there are 3 constructive steps that everyone can take.
All our lives we've been told that environmentalism is about defense. Consume less, drive less, fly less. But what if we can dribble, pass, and shoot? What if we can do something constructive? And it turns out there are 3 constructive actions we can do to remove atmospheric carbon and to recharge biodiversity. And those are food, carbon, and communication. Veganism, vegan reforestation, and communication about the first 2. This is why we ask people to set brave goals on food, carbon, and communication in our free app.
To quickly disseminate the facts about climate change and its most effective solutions, United in Heart created a cell phone app called Uplift Humanity. This app inspires users to adopt a vegan lifestyle, share the Climate Solutions documentary with family, friends, and colleagues, and support the planting of food forests through such organizations as Sadhana Forest. Through this app, they hope to educate and empower millions of people and encourage governments to rapidly engage in vegan reforestation. Despite the dire urgency of global warming, Edwin has great faith in humanity. In fact, he views the current critical situation as a great opportunity for advancements on Earth.
I think that we are living in very scary times, and I would just say to people that, continue to have faith. Have faith in yourself, have faith in humanity, and have faith in your spiritual teacher. In Hinduism, we have this concept of Shraddha, which means both faith and resolve. And, I think that we have nothing to worry about if we have the faith and we have the resolve to carry out the teachings of the great gurus of humanity. And in fact, I believe that we're going to undergo what I call the twin renaissances, which is regeneration of the natural world and the renaissance of the human spirit.
Citing the many climate-related disasters our Earth is experiencing, our beloved Supreme Master Ching Hai frequently reminds us about the imminent dangers of climate change and shares the simplest and most effective solution, the organic vegan diet.
In short, simply saying no to meat will make us richer, healthier, and most importantly, it will make us a wiser person and a great hero, because it is the only timely way that will ensure the survival of our children and grandchildren. We now can see how imperative it is to stop the warming of the planet with the greenness of all green policies and actions. The most compassionate, the most heroic, the most life-saving action, that is, the vegan diet. Organic vegan, to be exact, is better for your health as well. It is the long-term insurance against climate change. We must be the solution and encourage others with all the convincing and supporting scientific, physical, and moral data that is available to us, so they do the same. Adopting a plant-based diet can halt as much as 80% of global warming, eradicate world hunger, stop war, promote peace, and it will free up the Earth's water as well as many other precious resources, offering a lifeline for the planet and for humanity. In short, it will very quickly halt many of the global problems facing us right now. Therefore, it is vital that we change our lifestyle. It's very easy to do it. Setting a noble example for others to follow, and do our part to bring to the public's attention the urgent climate change issues and its solutions. The foremost being vegan diet, the vegan diet, to safeguard our precious planet. It is time to walk the talk, because there is not much time left now.
Our sincere thanks go to Supreme Master Thanh Hải for her precious wisdom and clarity. May we join together in praying that we soon realize a world that's vegan and at peace. We also express our gratitude to Erwin and Nandini Paranjpe and United in Heart for your tireless efforts to halt climate change. May you be blessed abundantly for your noble work. For more information on United in Heart, please visit unitedinheart.org. Wise viewers, thank you for your attentive company today during our program.